Okay. Here I come back again. Oh gosh. So if y'all want to know, Monday's show topics are gonna be more about enterprise focus for the months of November and December. So 1 week of December, scholarship deadlines are coming up. So we're gonna speak on scholarships for that first week in December. And then we're going to be back to entrepreneurs speaking because people spend a lot of money. So we definitely are communicating with people that's shopping and communicating with people that has businesses and people that's considering getting a business and people that's thinking about what to shop and where to shop. So we're going to be doing topics about that all the time. So throughout November and December, except the first week of December will be before scholarship deadlines. So I want to speak about this teacher here in Shelby County system in Memphis, Tennessee. She quit her job, and with her resignation, she went to school board speaking about how the children are disobedient. Well, they're over the limit disobedient. Like, it's one thing for a child just to be, like, don't want to do their work. It's one thing for them to be a little smart, but when they get there calling you, what she said, dykes and bitches and lesbian or whatever, white girl and stuff like that. And this is the thing that gets me about Memphis. Memphis has all these churches at every goddamn corner. But it's still a lost, mysterious place. Where all the churches that you have out there, instead of new churches and homemade churches coming out, you should have a more functional community. This makes no sense for you to have all these churches with all these dysfunctional behaving people. It makes no sense. So it's a middle school, and I know I went to a middle school. I went to a middle school that was pretty much like that. And then when you defend yourself, being that you're the mildest, and people tell you everything before the fact. Oh, you scary and yeah, this and that. This here the thing to do and all that kind of stuff. But when stuff go down and you just reacted because you was being. You know what I'm saying? You have to defend yourself because people come make themselves bold enough to stab you. You don't watch it. The thing is, I'm not going to be no parent. I'm not sending my child up into no barbaric area for all that. You just send your child drop them all straight off in the motherlands or drop them off in the back of Costa Rica, one of those wildwood places in stuff, Brazil or somewhere. That don't mean, it's supposed to be America, so to say. And, no. Why get there and just design and create your life and have it? Then you wonder why people are always negative. You cannot get there and have a positive living in a negative environment. There's 0.001% that do, okay? Now get there and tell me what number that is out of 10 million people. So that's what you're competing against. And so everybody can't do it. Now, people gotta understand, they're going to school for this, with all this college stuff like that, and especially if you don't have your internship and all your stuff kind of secure, you gotta still live on a budget when you get a job after college and all that, because your jobs ain't dependable. And it's a setup where you have to go work up in these economically challenged areas that let's say, the truly highly favored, has more options to get into the better schools. They have the better network or whatever like that. I mean, this is the reality. You go get these degrees maybe in marketing or go get a degree in chemistry, go and get a degree in psychology, and then, even with your master's, you're still staying as a teacher. You're not working, you know what I'm saying? You're not exactly even working as in your major. Or even near your major. Then, in order to go to the next school, you got to go to a school with that program. You got to have the funding for that, and your student loans got to be cleared, and stuff like that. Then you have to know that if you're working at an economically challenged school, and it has to be on the economically challenged list in order for you to get the discount for it. Hold up, y'all. One moment. See this? I'm gonna stay the black parent, okay? Get on out there. Why are you playing with that water? Go there and read a book. We're trying to really reduce that. Children got to behave up in class. So, you know, I never wanted to be a teacher. I wouldn't mind working in a daycare at one time, but now it just ain't in me. I keep children if it's an emergency. But, no. You know, I just, So, you know, she quit her job, and maybe she had to go to a school in a more happening area. You know, if she get her master's degree, she could get an associate program, but then you're going to have to get, but still, the teachers do make good money up in Tennessee. I mean, the cost of living and for what a teacher make like $40,000, $50,000 starting out. That's real good, because you can still, after 4 to 5 years, you should be buying you one of those taxi houses like White Station, or even if you go to Horn Lake, Mississippi or something, maybe in 5 years you could be able to open the door and translate around what that Horn Lake, or what the other area called, South Haven or something like that. But they said, South Haven's supposed to have a spillover from, undesired our hood. But definitely, this is exactly what those people that are saying, I'm going to school to get a college education, the reality they need to realize of what they're facing. You're not going to exactly get, if you don't have your internship before you graduate, you're not going to get, I'm not going to say you're not going to get, but it's a high chance you're going to be a teacher. That's the main thing to it. So definitely go walking in with that picture. Well, that you're going to be able to accept it, because there's so many people that never thought, I got my college degree, and then they're totally shocked about what the interviews, the offers are. And my thing is, if you're going to go to college, get your network before you go to college. While you're in high school, junior high, get your network together. Like, you go learn all that stuff. So by the time you be in work, they be done had you work 10. If you're able to make it, most of them are able to work 10 years. You stuck in the teacher profession and something that you didn't even go to school for. And, you're working something just so that you won't have to be up in, be at Walmart or be at the fashion store. And yeah, it is better than that. But at the same time, if you're teaching is a serious job, and teaching is something where you should be able to leave a positive mark on a child to where they never forget you, and something where they can really carry on into life, because you go to school 13 years, and who really remembers everything? So your heart, your passion has to be there, not you forced to be there. And so that's my response. And where are the old teachers? You remember? They had old, stern teachers that were able to handle children more. Children had more respect. They seen it like they had that teacher spirit. Now these teachers look like somebody on Tyra Banks' show. Then these teachers, they getting arrested for being with the for peddling with the children, for drugs. I'm like, oh, Lord help us. I ain't got time for all this shit. I ain't got time for it. I ain't got time, It is too much. It's too many problems just to be adding unnecessary variables into the mix. The solution I'm going to have is in between independent homeschooling of the correct, mature people to do it. And I mean, it just, what I'm saying, you can't get somebody whose mind and interest is more toward fashion and social development and think they could really teach your child. Like, that's not a good spirit to, be around your child too much. You know, I really, you know what I'm saying, my limit, I may tolerate up an after-school program. I ain't gonna say I tolerate, but I'm just saying, maybe that's, you know, if that's you as a parent, what you okay with, and that's your crew, that's cool. But me, I would be seeking a teacher that is detailed, that is stern. So somebody that's stern and moral, not somebody that's stern and a witch. Somebody that's stern and moral. Okay, I got somebody being a mechanic. Please put that tricycle down. Stop picking that up. So you gotta be gangster when you go up in the school, especially they're gonna send you to the economically challenged school. So I don't get why you get they're gonna send you. You apply that, they're going to send you to one of the hard parents, body. You tell their insurance something, you got to be wilding out with them and stuff like that. You got to go up in there in between cussing them out and scriptures. That's all, you know what I'm saying? And where are the preachers? That's something I asked up in the school. You need to be the main ones volunteering and coming into these schools. You need to be the main ones taking your van instead of picking people up for Sunday service and stuff like that. And you need to get there picking them up to be in a PTA and volunteer with their children and teach them how to behave and stuff like that. Instead of all that lollygagging. Instead of them, as long as that woman ain't getting up putting her advances on them or whatever lifestyle she live or whatever they think of her, they need to be focused on the book. First, get your morals together before you get there and talk about the next person. Get yourself together and know what you want to be in life and get some morals established and stuff like that. Because the way that they going to be up in somebody's prison system, and they going to be somebody bull dagger dyker or whatever. What JoJo Boo or something like that? That's what I got to say. And I hope you people around that way, definitely listen to the message. That's what you need to focus on, the message of what's being spoken. And it's real. You can't get mad at it. It is what it is. And if you don't see it like that, then you got the problem. And I mean, you need to get there and go work it out straight with the factors, the numerator, denominators, primes, and composites.